sidetracked. So, what the fuck is this? Mm, okay. So, what am I doing here? Annoyingly, it doesn't give you any way to see, like, oh, you used a client certificate? At any rate, those are tweaks. Yeah, there's not a lock icon anymore. This will be as close as you're gonna get. This doesn't show the client certificate. Yeah, okay. Oh, I gotta eat. So, uh, so I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Basically, I guess I have a thing. I guess what I should do is some sort of fix up fire user, require user or whatever. Because that's the gist of it, is like mostly we're going to be requiring it everywhere. So, in order to fix this, we got to fix this. Which really isn't. Oops. Um, no, there's not much to it. So one thing I was thinking is, what is that we want is to not say auth. I don't like that. It's a name. But I was wondering, I want to just use join, which doesn't seem to be existing, so that's safe. We're gonna do that. Change that to join, which I don't know. I mean, these are in some sort of order that pseudo matters, but um, so like so the I don't want to get off of this, but so like it's a side thing about the what is like so even this SSL client or TLS, the client certificate authentication stuff is like, how would you even be able to get to that answer? Like, how would you even be able to ask the question, or you just wouldn't? Like, basically, you're trapped in whatever the um uh um yeah, I mean, you're just gonna do whatever the theoretically best practices are. So, like, let's say I just start this thing. It's like, no, there's of course there's an update, but um, I need to create a website um that is easy to log into on a local network that's not connected to the internet. I don't know. Is that simple enough? I don't know. So there shouldn't be any prior context really. There's this stuff in agents, but none of that applies to what the fuck. Like there's no like C context or whatever. So like, I mean, this is clearly programmed into this somehow. Right. Yeah, I mean, interesting, but no. What is Flask even? Here we go. Can't install Flask. Uh, fuck. This is a boondock. This is the thing. Like, I don't want to be reading shit like this. Like, even when I'm just doing regular researchy type stuff, it's fucking tiring and not fun. It's like, you know, trying to evaluate whether or not you want to use a library and does it actually do the thing I need it to do is way more tiring than just writing it yourself. Even if it takes a little longer to write it yourself, you learn a lot about the general problem doing it. Like if you just use a library, you don't know shit. Which most of this stuff is like 90% of what people think of. Like, oh, a programming language is easy or hard depends on if there's an existing library that's good enough to do whatever they're doing, and they're not actually writing any code. They're just gluing together stuff, which is fine. That's appropriate sometimes. But I mean, you shouldn't make judgments about whether a language is good or not based on that necessarily. Uh, plan, refine the plan. Right, it does need to confirm these things. Um, Interesting. No. Why do you need to guide me? Oh, this is telling. Oh, I don't want to be guided through any process. Yeah, right here. This is the kind of shit you get. Like, what? Hard coded user password. Why? First, pip are available and then install Flask. You did not check if pip was available or you didn't say anything. Here's the plan. I think there's only one real answer here, and it's user certificates, but could you just straight like, oh my god, what the fuck? They have gone off the track here. Why the fuck did we just start? Oh, here we go. Right. Right. This is so I can't highlight this. But so this is the like, so my solution, I guess, to recap, is that I'm making the server just its own certificate authority. So um so that way it signs both the server certificate, so you can like, you only add the certificate authority file to the browser, and that way you can rotate the server certificates just at will without having to update the browser. Uh, you may even probably should have a CA certificate, then an intermediary like signing certificate that then is signing these things or whatever. But anyway, it's all stored on the server, so it doesn't really matter. So, um, yeah, so they're saying share secret, it keeps the code simple while addressing your typical. What the fuck are they talking about here? User to enter a simple pre-agreed upon passphrase or unique token that is displayed on the sign or printout. Uh, you need to have multiple users though. Oh, This is not even like already like why is it jumping now into like doing stuff? I think there needs to be some sort of like I don't know. I don't want it like this is like that's battery life right there. Uh and when is it even like these things failed, so why are we yeah, of course you don't. Why would I give you that control? This means I cannot install Flash direct on the system. To proceed, I must assume that a Python environment is available. Like, what? uh, I put Fast Times on. It's a pretty good, funny movie. Yeah, you always think about Sean Penn as Spicoli, but also, uh, shit. Now I've already forgotten his name. Stoltz. Eric Stoltz is also his little surfer buddy, and so is was it Ed Begley Jr. was the other one? Oh, no, it's somebody else. Eric Stoltz is actually credited as Stoner Bud. Um, like this is, I guess, the point. Like, yeah, look at this. If I don't know shit, it's like, holy cow, it just created all this stuff for me. Oh my god. I don't think that channel's supposed to show up, whatever that means. But also it means, uh, where is it? Make dir templates. Where is all this happening? Oh, motherfucker. What the fuck is it using that for the like the root directory I think is the or did I start it in Fluffy? I think it's wherever you start it. So it just started spewing crap into the um this existing project file, project directory. Or like what the fuck are you doing, psychopath? All right. So anyway, we're off the rails. What the fuck? Oh yeah, you can see down here that my project dir is that I don't this like scenario doesn't really work. It'll like go which it should. Like I mean, I think I really want just the LLM shell scenario to some degree, which is what this almost is. Um I just don't know that there's that much to an agent. Like the Gemini CLI is getting close. I forgot what my annoyance with that was, but well, one, it has to like make a network round trip, but um yeah, yeah. So because it'll say like, "Oh, I've done this," and it's like, "Nah." we can obviously see what the thing is here, and I don't know what this is. I guess it just knows what the branch is. I don't know if that's so. Anyway, why did you create all those files? Action involved the user asking for a local offline. Files were created were blah blah blah, which I guess is right. Uh, yeah. So, um, why? Files constitute a complete minimal functional local offline Flask runs um, locally. So I don't know. They've lost their mind. Here's a breakdown in the body and interface to the web. Right. I want to go with client certificate option. We're just going to ignore the fact that they're creating all these files in this directory. What you do, I get like, I don't know. What the fuck? Yeah, whatever. That's why I'm making you do it. Yeah, it should be that simple, which is my goal, but I mean, this thing doesn't know what I know, which I guess ultimately is the biggest downside. Is like, I don't know what it knows. It doesn't know what I know. Right. I'm not doing that. Plus, like, I don't think that, I think that thing was saying in Chrome that, like, Google's gonna stop trusting public client certificates entirely. I don't think that's used that often anyway, but right. Since I'm outside the scope of a quick coding task, uh, realistic server-side approach. Yeah, like this is the whole like immediate breakdown of like, yeah, I don't want all this complexity. I don't want to run a fucking standalone thing because it's not just a static site. It's gonna be all, you know, a web app. I think I said website, which may have thrown this off, but it didn't ask for any clarifications. Oh, wait, so you run. Oh, checks the connection before. Uh, professional way to do it. Whatever. Works. What the fuck is that? yeah, like I mean, this is the whole thing of what I'm working on. That was, yeah, I want it to be super easy to do this, minimal hassle. Yeah, there's way too much like guiding me to run the commands going on. Like in this case, it's doing that, but in other cases, I mean, you saw it attempt to install something with pip. Like, so what the fuck? Are you comfortable with the complexity of setting up the PKIs? The CA should be part of the web app server. Yeah, it's the CA's job. Offline? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you think Let's Encrypt is? Simulate the validation. Like, this is totally valid if you could actually create certificates in the browser, which you apparently no longer can. So you have to generate your certificate on the server or whatever. It's a P12, which is fine. Plan request. Letting a CA propose a simplified model. Pre-share the what? I think we're not gonna put a password on the P12 and just say you gotta install it and then you should just delete the file. Not that people are gonna do that, but also it doesn't really matter. I don't. This is a common thing too. This like simulation. I'm gonna simulate. Like, don't. What? Where is that coming from? But I feel like this is a thing of like the thing that I want to do doesn't exist out there really, or it doesn't. I don't know. It may exist, but I haven't been able to find it. Um, this the strategy I'm taking, and it's not because it's not possible. Whatever. It's just people don't want to do it, or don't know that it's out there, or don't know they don't know what they don't know, or don't know what to ask. So basically, this thing is not ambitious enough or whatever. It's way too like way too whiny about working basically. Like That surely should be part of your agents.md is like, don't be a fucking whiner. Don't whine about things being hard or ambitious or complex or any of that. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Which all of this stuff, like even this stuff that's regurgitating here, is like, yeah, that's what the certificate authorities want you to believe. So they're doing some spectacular job, and almost certainly they are not. And it is almost certainly just like every other corporation, where it's like a bunch of people that just don't give a fuck that are going through the motions. Like this is all just telling me stuff that you easily could get online. I mean, the only thing that's less secure is obviously that you have the certificate, signing certificate right there on the server machine. But that's no worse than if you just created a self-signed certificate for your server certificate, which then you can't really change that once a user approves it or whatever, which you want to be able to rotate your key. Well, what is this doing? Yeah, it's failing left and right for whatever reason. What the fuck? What is that? Is that some sort of hard coded thing? Like this is like fucking prototype code. So that's another thing. I guess you need to say like production code. Which this is not terrible. Like I don't the prob if you're only doing client certificates, it's not terrible, but it's not as easy as checking if it's signed by the CA certificate. But you still have to ultimately track certificates as well. So I mean, the certificates you create. So like if I had no options and I had to go through all this, like what was I gonna say? Like also jumping the gun again. Was it that? It was uh what is the massive security risk? Which also I find it more useful to read the thinking process than the what it then tells me that it like basically like this can be lies. This tells you if it's about to lie to you. Like or it's considering lying to you or whatever will be in the reasoning. Like it's not just directly lying to you, it's premeditated lying. CA is single, sure. I mean, if they get access to your root data, your, you know, any of the things, your password database, the list of valid certificates, the like all that in some way is almost always going to be on your server. So, I mean, if you get, yeah, I mean, if you got access to private key, sure. If you got, I mean, like this is a common thing too, where it's like, oh, it's risky. It's like, well, yeah, but you gotta just do shit anyway. Well, this isn't entirely true because the CA certificate is only trusted, by people that come to the server. Um, so I mean, it's not a true like CA certificate that's gonna be trusted browser. So they couldn't do this either, unless what are they talking about forging? Right. Uh-huh. Well, this isn't. Nah. That's. Yeah. I don't think that's really. I mean, you could also. This could be in a. I mean, some sort of secure hardware device too, which is probably what you would want. Well, you don't do that then. You could put it in a hardware device. Hmm. It, um, the other side of that is that if you have the CA certificates that are just, I don't know, 50 or whatever it is in the browser, is that now you got multiple points of failure or multiple points to exploit, social engineering, etc. Like at this is this gap between like, yeah, I mean, this is all true, but I mean, that's also all true if you're just using passwords. Like if you leak the password database, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's some various things there if you do your password database correctly to make it harder. But you're really just gonna social engineer people if you really care. Like, I mean, this thing you just don't even know the questions to ask, and it doesn't even know what it knows or Sure. I mean, yeah, I could. Okay, I'm tired of even reading that. So anyway, the point is, you're not gonna get. Oh god. Fuck. It's this thing and this thing that I fucking. Yeah, never actually committed that. Whatever. Okay, I gotta eat. But yeah, we're not touching